Okay, then let me repeat once again that this is the cross section of ovary. Now we need to know that females are born with the number of eggs they have. There is no further egg production after birth of the child. So from where they get it? They get it from the mother. And what happens is, up to the time of puberty, before, I mean to say, the time of puberty, females actually live in a way that ovary is getting prepared every day, but it's not doing as such any kind of activity. At the onset of puberty, the immature eggs get matured, and every month approximately one ovum is released out of ovary. This release of ovum from ovary is called ovulation. This release of ovum from ovary is called ovulation. So you can see that this is the egg, the central part. You can see one dot, that is the egg. They are actually encased in a fluid-filled sac. This sac is known as primary follicle. Now, primary follicle after some time get modified to form secondary follicle. Now, this is the tertiary follicle. Tertiary follicle is getting converted into Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle, from Graafian follicle, the egg will be released. Okay. So, obviously, this follicle word makes you remind that another hormone which is secreted by pituitary, that is called follicle stimulating hormone, or FSH. This follicle stimulating hormone will stimulate the Graafian follicle, and in turn Graafian follicle is responsible for secretion of other hormones. Okay, so what are the activities? Graafian follicle will release the ovum. The remnant of Graafian follicle, मतलब जो बचा हुआ हिस्सा है, that will be converted into some yellow colored substance. Lutea, Lutea, is a terminology used for or to signify yellow color. So corpus luteum is yellow remnant created like this. So obviously this corpus luteum is there. After this there will be white. They will convert sometime after some time into white color substance which is called corpus albicans. Albicans. Let me write it down. So release of ovum is called ovulation. Okay, so this is the cross section of or cross sectional structure of this ovary. Now, is this part clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So cross section of ovary is clear that there will be different stages of follicle: primary, secondary, tertiary, Graafian, and when ovum is released, corpus luteum and corpus albicans are. Okay. Now today again we are going to study the process of oogenesis. So the ways spermatogenesis is a very important factor. Similar important factor or similar important procedure is oogenesis. But this is not very easy procedure. oogenesis procedure is a bit complicated than spermatogenesis procedure. So again, we are going to write phases, chromosome number, then stages of life cycle. Here, that is why this extra heading is added. In spermatogenesis, it is not there. Why it is not there, beta? Because in case of spermatogenesis, it onset with the puberty. At regular interval, in testis, sperms are produced, and males are producing sperms in the testis till their death. Obviously, with old age, the production capability of sperm and the quality of sperm get deteriorated, but they can produce sperm up to the last day of their life. But it is not the same with the female. That's why they produce eggs sometime, the stages of the oogenesis is actually limited to specific stages of life cycle. So the process is oogenesis, means production of ovum. Okay. Next is, here will come type of germ cell. And last but not least, type of division. Okay, so let us see the events. First, if you look into the ovary, the outermost layer is a specialized type of epithelium. It is called germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium is something from which gametes can be produced. So the onset of oogenesis initiates with the cells present at the borderline, that is called germinal epithelium cell. So it is first starting with the germinal epithelium Okay, obviously chromosome number of germinal epithelium cells will be 2n, that is 46. Okay, now these germinal epithelium cells will undergo mitotic cell division to produce multiple copies of of it. Okay, so basically the cell division that is occurring here is mitosis. Okay, there will be production of multiple copies of this. Now this event occur in the stage that is fetal stage. I guess I am audible clearly to all of you. Yes, no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You promise this time we will sit with more enthusiasm, isn't it? So now all of these cells, all of These cells will be producing the next type of cell, that is called primary oocyte. So this first phase of cell division is known as multiplication. Why it is called multiplication phase? Because germinal epithelial cells are dividing mitotically to produce many cells. Now this primary oocyte is actually also 2n equal to 46. Now production of primary oocyte is occurring at the time of birth. Okay. Now primary oocyte is present at the meiosis prophase 1. मतलब इनमें क्रॉसिंग ओवर तो हो रहा है, बट इट इज नॉट हैविंग हाफ क्रोमोसोम नंबर. इसमें क्रॉसिंग ओवर स्टार्ट हुआ है. इफ यू कैन रिमेम्बर द फर्स्ट प्रोफेज 1 ऑफ मियोसिस, उसमें क्रोमोसोम नंबर हाफ में रिड्यूस नहीं होता है, बट द क्रॉसिंग ओवर टेक्स प्लेस. ओके. नाउ next stage is formation of secondary oocyte. It will have and first polar body. Generally, this is a division of by which meiosis 1 completed. As the first phase of meiosis 1 is completed, so now this is no more 2n, it will be n equal to 23. When it is occurring, this phase is occurring before ovulation. It is occurring before ovulation. Now beta, if you have a close look into this structure, polar body is comparatively very small in size, whereas secondary oocyte, this one which is called secondary oocyte, is quite big. Can anyone tell me why this unequal division is required? Anyone, any idea? This division is unequal meiosis, no? This division. Secondary oocyte is very big in size and first polar body is very small in size, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So why this inequality is required? Because secondary oocyte is the important part and it should get maximum amount of cytoplasm and other substances. This first polar body is getting discarded after this division. इसका कोई implication नहीं है. It is of no use. That's one. Okay. Now from secondary oocyte there will be production of ovum. Obviously, this is occurring during ovulation. Now, ovum is obviously n equal to 23. The stage from primary oocyte to secondary oocyte, let me mark it so that it will be helpful for you to understand. This is multiplication phase, this phase, that is from primary to secondary oocyte. This phase is known as growth phase. Okay. Now, secondary oocyte to ovum, during production of that also, there is production of polar body. This is called second polar body. Okay. Now, the second polar body, during the process, like transformation from secondary oocyte to ovum, next division takes place. That is up to meiosis 2. That means ये जो ovum है, this ovum is arrested at metaphase of meiosis 2. So basically it is getting arrested at metaphase of meiosis 2. Now what will happen? Let me write it up. Still the what I can say, still the process is not complete. अभी भी इसकी meiosis खत्म नहीं हुई है. This ovum will have n equal to 23 only chromosome number. Okay, and still इसका meiosis खत्म नहीं हुआ है. We will move ahead. Okay. To the next stage, when this ovum get fertilized by the sperm. Okay, it will form a, there will be process of fertilization. At that situation, new ovum will be produced. This will have 2n and it is called ovum with male and female pronuclei. It is called ovum with male and female pronuclei. Okay. Now, when there is fertilization, then there will be restart of meiosis 2 by the entry of sperm. Okay, the moment there is entry of sperm and fusion, then only the meiosis 2 start and it then gets completed. Okay, and this whole last phase is called maturation phase. Clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
So this fusion or fertilization will occur in fallopian tubule. Means let me tell you very clearly something here. You can see before birth the oogenesis start. The oogenesis starts before birth. When the female child or female fetus is inside mother's womb, immediately after development of ovary, the process of oogenesis start. Matured ovary doesn't have germinal epithelium. Okay, and then by birth, primary oocytes are there. They will be there after birth, like that only. Primary oocyte, बहुत सारे primary oocytes रहेंगे in the ovary after the birth. Okay, many primary oocytes will be there after the birth. Understood, everyone? After birth, the lady will be born with many primary oocytes. Now these primary oocytes at puberty, every month will start maturing into secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte and first polar body will be produced. First polar body is of no use, it will get discarded. That means primary oocyte is present at just beginning in primary oocyte, meiosis prophase 1 is there. By the time it is getting converted into secondary oocyte, meiosis 1 is completed, but meiosis 2 is still left. Secondary oocyte will remain like that only. Every month, secondary tertiary oocyte will enclosed in the Graafian follicle, and every month one ovum is released from Graafian follicle. Okay. Now, this ovum along with its second polar body will be produced, which is of no use. It will be getting discarded. Ovum is also not completing the meiosis procedure. It is arrested at the metaphase. It will remain there. Now what happens, beta? Next time whenever there is entry of sperm. So ovum, which is arrested at the metaphase stage of meiosis 2, will every month one ovum will come and wait in the fallopian tube for fertilization. If there is fertilization, all right, then there will be formation of zygote. Actually, zygote is a later stage. This is a stage where ovum is having two nucleus, because beta, we will see, look into it later, that whenever there is formation of ovum, actually like fusion of ovum with sperm, previously only sperm inject the DNA inside the ovum, nothing else. Sperm की सिर्फ DNA इसके अंदर जाती है ovum के अंदर. So there will be two nucleus. Later on, these two nucleus will fuse with each other, and we get the proper zygote. So once there is entry of sperm, then it starts the rest of the process of meiosis, and it is getting complete. Understood? ये मेटाफेज तक रहता है. प्रोफेज मेटाफेज होके ओवम रेस्ट कंडीशन में रहता है. एनाफेज और टेलोफेज इसका लेटर ऑन होता है when sperm enter. And what will happen if there is no sperm coming during this period by which ovum is waiting? क्या होगा फिर? बोलो. What will happen?
Menstruation?
Yes. So obviously we cannot rely on old egg, no? Old ovum. It needs to be discarded. Otherwise, it may be damaged and the child born by fusion of it with sperm may be damaged. So that is why it wait in fallopian tubule for certain period of time. Once there is no entry of sperm and it doesn't get opportunity to fuse with the sperm, it is getting discarded during menstruation. But beta, that I am going to tell you during menstruation that along with it, the wall of uterus is also getting destroyed. Okay. So should I consider this oogenesis process is understood by all of you? Take 2 minutes time and you can, one more thing I must say, this is also falling under maturation. Very frequently asked in board examination, you need to remember what division is occurring, which stage is occurring, and what is the chromosome number. It can be asked as a 3-marker question. Very, very important question from this chapter. Generally, they prefer oogenesis. Long time silence. Should I consider that you understood everything or understood nothing? Is everything clear to you or nothing is clear to you? What silence is signifying what?
Ma'am, no doubt.
No doubts. So I can see thumbs raised. Chalo. Then it's all right. So can I clear the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we will see that how this oogenesis process is controlled hormonally. So that we are going to learn about the hormonal control. Because we know that any procedure needs to be controlled. We cannot just let it go like that only. Okay. So again, the key role player here is hypothalamus. So hypothalamus is responsible for secretion of again the same hormone, that is GnRH. Can anyone tell me the full form of GnRH? I taught this to you during spermatogenesis. What is
Gonadotropin releasing hormone.
releasing hormone? Very good, beta. Very good. Gonadotropin releasing hormone, because gonad means reproductive structures. So this GnRH as usual will have effect on anterior pituitary. Okay. Now in anterior pituitary, there will be secretion of LH or FSH. LH is full form of FSH is follicle stimulating hormone. As the name it suggested, it is actually acting on Raphael follicle and help in the ovulation process. Name of LH is luteinizing hormone. So now all these hormones will have effect on ovary. Now ovary in turn will do what? Ovary in turn will secrete estrogen and progesterone. And they are having effect on, basically they are having its effect on uterus. They will be having effect on uterus. Now, this is about the positive feedback. What about the negative feedback? Whenever there is excess production of estrogen and progesterone, they will go again to anterior pituitary as well as hypothalamus. We last time talked about the feedback mechanism, isn't it? So feedback mechanism inhibit stimulation. So in this, by red, we are mentioning inhibiting effect. And by green, we are mentioning stimulating effect. Understood, everyone? Kindly have a close look into it so that you can and if you have any doubt, anyone?
No, ma'am.
I heard only one voice. I just want to hear from all.
Yes, ma'am.
So we will now move towards the next very important topic, that is menstrual cycle. Okay. So let us first discuss the events that is important in menstrual cycle, and then we will see that how hormonal level is like controlling it. So basically, when we are studying menstrual cycle, events are like phase, then there will be days, and then there will be events. So what are the things? First phase is known as menstrual phase. Now, a few things before we start, I would like to talk about menstrual. This is the cyclic event occur in the female reproductive system. This is something which is occurring exclusively in female reproductive system because it is related to destruction of the ovum which is unfertilized. What is it about? क्या है ये? Basically, beta, I said to you that ovum will wait in fallopian tubule for fertilization for some time. If in case it is the situation that fertilization is not possible, in that case ovum need to be discarded. Now it is simple. Ovum is unicellular and microscopic. It can be discarded. What is the problem? Why we need to have menstrual cycle then? Because beta, the problem is it is microscopic and it is unicellular. So if by any chance it is left undestroyed, in that situation, if there is any fertilization of ovum with the sperm, now this ovum is like a defective kind of ovum, isn't it? It's no more a normal ovum. So in that scenario, obviously, if there is fertilization of this defective ovum with the sperm, the child that will be born will be also defective, isn't it? Yes or no? What do you feel?
Yes, ma'am.
So how to make sure कि ये गड़बड़ होगी ना? It can be made sure only by one means, beta, that is by discarding the whole layer of uterus. So how it is done? I told you while I was discussing the structure of endometrium that ovum is getting implanted in the endometrium layer of uterus, isn't it? It is getting implanted in the endometrium layer of the uterus. Now, if we are destroying this endometrium layer of uterus, even if ovum is not destroyed actually, there will be no place for the ovum or the zygote to get implanted, isn't it? Yes or no? ना रहेगा बांस ना बजेगी बांसुरी, ऐसी बात हो गई ना? लेयर ही नहीं है अगर, तो फिर अगर डिफेक्टिव ओवम और डिफेक्टिव स्पर्म फर्टिलाइज कर भी दिया एक दूसरे को, then also they cannot, zygote cannot get itself implanted into endometrium layer. What do you feel? Am I audible? Are you understanding what I am saying?
मैम एक बार फिर से रिपीट करो.
That's why. Basically, consider करो what I am saying. Why we require menstrual cycle, which is actually termed with lots of shedding of blood and all, which may not be a pleasant experiment for a lady, experience for a lady. But then also we like females have it every month. Why? What is the significance? Because consider a situation, egg is waiting in the fallopian tubule for the sperm and sperm is not coming. So after some time the egg will be spoiled क्योंकि every cell is having a lifespan. After that lifespan, the egg will be spoiled only. So once the egg is spoiled, if you are keeping that egg in the fallopian tubule, and if sperm is by mistake fertilizing that faulty or defective or old egg, the zygote produced by it will not be a good zygote. Yes or no? What do you think? Obviously not. आप
Yes,
अगर
ma'am.
सड़ा हुआ खाना खाओगे तो उसका इफेक्ट थोड़ी ना अच्छा होने वाला है बेटा. बट द प्रॉब्लम इज एग इज माइक्रोस्कोपिक, इजंट इट? अगर समझो आपने एग डिस्ट्रॉय करना चाहते हो आप, बट इट इज सिंगल सेल एंड माइक्रोस्कोपिक, एक छोटा सा सेल है, तो देयर में भी चांसेस कि आपने हार्मोन्स को इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया, that obviously these processes are involuntary, we even don't know that ये चल रहा है अपने अंदर. But even then also, even if you are giving instruction, like your body is giving instruction for hormone that you destroy this egg, it may be kept somewhere and sperms by mistake can fertilize that egg. That will be really problematic. Then how to make this destruction process foolproof? We know that after fertilization, the zygote will be implanted into the endometrium layer of the uterus. It has to be, because the further development of zygote will takes place in endometrium, not in fallopian tubule, isn't it? So in such situation, obviously, if like endometrium layer itself is getting destroyed, then तो no problem, तब तो कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है ना. अगर डिफेक्टिव एग रह भी गया और अगर उसने स्पर्म से वो फर्टिलाइज हो भी गया किसी वजह से, देन आल्सो एंडोमेट्रियम लेयर के ना होने की वजह से वो जाइगोट इम्प्लांट हो ही नहीं पाएगा, और जाइगोट इम्प्लांट नहीं होगा मतलब डिफेक्टिव बेबी का ग्रोथ पॉसिबल ही नहीं है ना. यस और नो? Am I making sense? So this is how they solve the problem. They destroy the whole layer of endometrium, and as their whole layer of endometrium is degraded, so obviously lots of blood and dead cells are coming out of this female reproductive system. Okay, so
मैम फीमेल बॉडी में ऐसे कितने एग्स होते हैं?
फीमेल बॉडी में कितने एग्स होते हैं? बहुत सारे, but they are limited. Once all eggs are finished, this menstruation मतलब female will be sterile then. Female cannot go for reproduction. Let me tell you about something. There are two events. One is called menarche. menarche के बारे में मैंने आपको बताया भी है. 1 minute. One is called menarche. Menarche means initiation of menstrual cycle, and second is menopause. 40-45 के बाद females के सारे मतलब this age obviously is like different in different females. This is what I can say, stopping of menstrual cycle. What happens is the total number of eggs present in the body is getting completed. So now no eggs are there, so nothing can come to the fallopian tubule, and no more like requirement will be there for destruction of the uterine wall. So no menstrual cycle. Understood everyone? Am I clear? I think you are having a problem. See, the way males are being reproductively active and produce sperm throughout their life, females do not do that better. Females वैसा नहीं करते. They, in case of females, obviously they can produce the egg only up to a certain interval. After that, they don't produce. Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So what happens? जैसे egg बंद हो गया तो तब तो कहाँ से ovulation होगा? Ovulation नहीं होगा तो fertilization नहीं होगा. Fertilization अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो obviously तुमको क्यों फिर endometrium की layer को बर्बाद करना है ना? So females become sterile after the menopause. It is having so many effects on health also, beta. Menopause is something which is actually good, but actually having many effects on the body of female. Okay, so now let us understand the stages of menstrual cycle. Okay, so menstrual cycle में first phase is menstrual phase. So it is menstrual phase. Generally, in normal condition, it lasts from 1 to 5 days. So it lasts for 1 to 5 days. Here, the progesterone level is reduced. The level of progesterone is reduced. First event is this. Second event is endometrium breakdown. Okay. Third is lots of blood, dead cells, and last but not the least, unfertilized ovum constitutes okay. Second phase of menstrual cycle is known as follicular phase. Or in some book, it is also mentioned as proliferation phase or proliferative phase. It lasts for 6 to 13 days. Okay, what happened? At this stage, the first of all, there is increase in secretion of estrogen. There will be growth of follicle. Under influence of FSH. So obviously there will be high level of FSH also here. Now, what is the ultimate effect of follicular or proliferative phase? एक्चुअली बेटा मेंस्ट्रुअल फेज मतलब उसमें सब कुछ डिस्ट्रॉय हो गया. तुम्हारा यूटेरस का जो इनर वॉल है वो डिस्ट्रॉय हो गया. ओवम जो बना था पहला वो भी चला गया. इट इज डिस्ट्रॉयड. नाउ यू नीड टू have new layer in the uterus, and you need to have a new ovum released for and wait for the sperm. So obviously this preparation phase is known as follicular phase or proliferative phase. अब ईस्ट्रोजन और एफएसएच के इफेक्ट से धीरे धीरे एंडोमेट्रियम लेयर rebuilding. Okay. Now, generally, next phase is the most important phase. It is called ovulatory phase. On 14th day of after menstrual cycle, समझो अगर menstrual cycle of a female is starting on 1st April, on 14th April, okay, there is ovulation phase or ovulatory phase. So what will be the condition here at this stage? First of all, LH and FSH secretion will be increased very high. It is increased to peak. सबसे ज्यादा LH और FSH secretion होगा. Okay. Now, at this stage, estrogen level is also very high. So, in this favorable condition, there will be release of egg from ovary. Now the egg is released. It will wait there for some time. So last phase of menstrual cycle, that is called luteal phase. It is called luteal phase because corpus luteum produced हो रहा है इसके केस में. This luteal phase will last for 15 to 28 days. What are the significant events that takes place? First of all, corpus luteum develop and start to produce progesterone. Second is endometrium layer thickens and glands develop. Actually, from this phase, ये ovulatory phase से ये luteal phase जाएगा कि नहीं जाएगा, ये इस पे डिपेंड करता है कि फर्टिलाइजेशन हुआ कि नहीं. अंडरस्टूड? अगर फर्टिलाइजेशन हुआ तब क्या होगा? देन तो एंडोमेट्रियम में जाके जाइगोट विल बाइंड, नो? यस और नो?
Yes, ma'am.
So then luteal phase will not be there. It will be only up to ovulatory phase and menstrual cycle stop there till the time of childbirth. Childbirth होने के बाद वापस से menstrual cycle start होता है. Before that, menstrual cycle is totally stopped. Why? Because beta, what happened is your the zygote will be implanted in on uterus, on the wall of uterus ना, उसके अंदर वो implant होगा. So if menstruation is occurring and the endometrium layer where the zygote is getting implanted, it's not zygote actually, embryo is getting implanted. So obviously वो रह ही नहीं सकता है ना, अगर लेयर ही नहीं रहेगा तो कहाँ इम्प्लांट होगा. That's why menstruation stops after pregnancy and it start only after the childbirth after some time. So obviously this ovulatory phase is very important. If there is no fertilization, then only it will go for next phases, that is luteal phase, and at the completion of luteal phase again it will go to the menstrual phase. That's why it is called cycle, because these are the events which is getting in a cyclic manner. That's why it is called menstrual cycle. Okay, so you can understand one very important thing I want you people to look into. You can see here the level of hormones are the key role play. The level of hormone decides that what should be the stage. So if any person is having any irregularity in the production of hormone, the menstrual cycle doesn't occur regularly. If there is irregularity found in menstrual cycle, कुछ लोग होते हैं जिनको 2 महीने में एक बार होता है, doesn't occur properly, नहीं हो पाता है. In those cases, it is really harmful, and if it is continuing for more than 1 time or 2 time or 3 time, then it is compulsory for a person to see the gynecologist. Because if like irregular menstruation is observed, that is the symbol of some kind of hormonal disbalance, which may have serious implication in the reproductive health of the lady. So it is very, very important for a lady to have regular menstrual cycle. Any doubts, anyone?
No, ma'am.
Many a time, let me talk frankly, because I am of your mother's age and we need to be free, because so many questions that may be coming up into your mind and you are feeling कि मैम को पूछूं, सबके सामने कैसे पूछूं. But let me tell you, you can ask. See, many a times it is observed, especially in Gujarat. I am here since 2012. I have seen girls having problem with menstruation simply because lack of hemoglobin. Lack of hemoglobin is something which is a very, very common problem found in girls over here. There is a basic reason. Following vegetarian diet, they actually suffer from scarcity of protein, which is not good. In our body, we cannot store protein. आज अगर मुझे 4.5, consider my weight is 80 kg, so I require 80 milligram protein every day. Even if I am taking 100 milligram today, the rest 20 milligram will be wasted by my body. It is not going to be stored. Unlike carbohydrates and fats. Carbohydrate आप आज ने ज़्यादा खाया अगर आज आपने, so it can be stored in our body. Same is with fat. But protein cannot be stored. So if every day the required quota of protein is not obtained, then a person has severe anemia, that is loss of like less amount of hemoglobin, which also have effects on menstrual cycle. So look into your food habits, especially the girls. You should have balanced the diet in which protein should be a very important part. Anything else, anyone? Should I clear screen?
Ma'am,
Yes,
is it
ma'am.
necessary कि exact 28 days ही हो, मतलब 2-3 दिन आगे पीछे हो तो
2-3
कोई
दिन is
प्रॉब्लम हो
understood.
सकती?
No. That is not a problem. That is not a problem. 2-3 दिन आगे पीछे is not a problem. But I am talking about people who doesn't have it for 2 months, 3 months. Then there may be various reasons, beta. There may be cyst in the ovary is not functioning properly, there may be hormonal disbalance. Now it cannot be judged by us, no, you need to consult a proper gynecologist. I have seen one of my lab mates when I was doing PhD. उसकी पीरियड्स 3-4 महीने तक नहीं होता था, जब स्टार्ट होता था तब 10-12 दिन से कम रुकता नहीं. This is abnormality. And let me once again stress something to you. Without consulting proper doctor, one should never ever go for any kind of medication which is hormonal. You must have studied in your grade 11 that hormones are required in microgram quantity. Actually, microgram bhi bahut zyada ho gaya. And you can see, I taught you the mechanism of control of oogenesis and spermatogenesis. From that, it is quite evident that even if slight increase in the level, immediately there is feedback mechanism and the production stops. Isn't it yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So obviously, if you are taking medication as like in the form of hormone, consider करो doctors दे रहे या if doctors are giving, they know कि आपके body weight, age के हिसाब से, आपकी medical condition के हिसाब से क्या dose होनी चाहिए, ठीक है? But you don't know, the dose may vary and the medicine may vary from person to person. तो कई बार हमें मतलब बहुत बुरी आदत है. And as my father is a doctor, I have seen it this problem in people, and I don't like to have it. Generally मुझे पसंद नहीं कि मैं ये करूं. लोग क्या करते हैं, अपनी डॉक्टरी करते हैं. And when situation is out of hand, then they go to doctor, which is not at all preferable. ये प्रेफरेबल बिल्कुल नहीं है. क्या होता है, बुखार आया है, चलो पैरासीटामोल दे दो, सही है. फर्स्ट डे ऑब्वियसली रात को आप डॉक्टर के पास लेके नहीं जा सकते हो, आप उसको पैरासीटामोल दे रहे हो, दैट इज ऑल राइट. बट इफ इट इज नॉट stopping even after your application of medical knowledge, immediately you should take to doctor. Many diseases are there जिसके केस में within 1 or 2 days person die. For example, malignant malaria. If immediate medical attention is not given, 2-3 दिन हो गया तो patient can die. तो वो malignant malaria की वजह से फीवर हो रहा है या टाइफाइड की वजह से या जॉन्डिस की वजह से या कोरोना की वजह से, we cannot judge it. We need to go to a doctor. तो सिमिलर केसेस में हार्मोनल टैबलेट्स, कई बार ऐसे सब एड में आता है, यू टेक दिस मेडिसिन, आपका हाइट बढ़ जाएगा, वजन कम हो जाएगा, वजन बढ़ जाएगा. We should never take such kind of hormonal tablets. See, obviously our body is having a mechanism. Anything to go against it and pushing it too much and wanting to have something is not actually healthy. It is not at all healthy.
मैम, तो ये मतलब वेट गेन के लिए जो पाउडर होता है, मतलब उसमें तो प्रोटीन ही होता है, तो उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है?
देखो अब बेटा वापस से मैं वहीं पे आती हूँ. वेट गेन के लिए जो पाउडर होता है वो प्रोटीन सिर्फ नहीं होनी चाहिए, ठीक है? कंसिडर करो एक पर्सन है जो हेल्दी डाइट खा रहा है, वो रोज एक फिश खाता है, एक एग खाता है, फिर उसको प्रोटीन क्यों खानी है? दैट इज व्हाट माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. दूसरा, एक ट्रेंड आजकल बन गया है, मैं जिम जाती हूँ, आई हैव सीन, जैसे ही कोई इंसान वहां जाता है उसको मेडिकेशन समझाया जाता है, ये आप टैबलेट्स ले लो, आपकी वजन बहुत फटाफट घटेगी, या ये आप पाउडर ले लो, इसको दूध के साथ मिला के पियो, योर वेट विल बी इंक्रीज. लेट मी टेल यू, इफ दैट पाउडर इज वेरी चीप, अगर वो सस्ते क्वालिटी का पाउडर हुआ, उसमें बाय डिफॉल्ट नॉनवेज प्रोटीन होगा ही होगा, दैट इज बीफ प्रोटीन, ठीक है? वो बोलते नहीं है बट दे ऐड. हाँ, ऑब्वियसली अगर वो सोया प्रोटीन है दैट इज कंप्लीटली वेजिटेरियन प्रोटीन, बट दैट इज कॉस्टली। तो लोग क्या करते हैं, मतलब दे आर स्ट्रिक्ट वेजिटेरियन, वो बाहर जाके अंडा खाने के नाम से दे फील बैड, बट देन दे टेक चीप प्रोटीन पाउडर, उसमें भी बीफ है ही भाई। बीफ इज बैड ना, वी शुड नॉट लाइक ईट बीफ एज हिंदूज। तो फिर आप क्या करोगे? मतलब दिस इज अ थॉट प्रोसेस, आई डोंट सपोर्ट, खाना तो जो मिले वही खानी चाहिए। So ultimately there is like that. So excess of protein is also bad, huh? You should not eat excess of protein. क्यों मैं बता रही हूँ बेटा? Consider for I gave you example. Your body weight is 80 kg, so you will be requiring 80 milligram of protein every day, or 80 gram of protein. Sorry. So if you are taking 180 gram, then 100 gram protein को you need to convert into something and throw out of body, no? तो excess protein लेना भी is not good for health. I personally, if you ask me, feel that best way to live is eat healthy food and live. But आजकल क्या होता है, हम ले नहीं सकते, that's why we go for food supplement. वरना अगर आप vitamins भी food से ले रहे हो, minerals भी food से ले रहे हो, there is no other alternative than that. Vegetarian people can eat mushroom, they can take paneer, they can take milk. Milk obviously in slight quantity, because generally 1 glass of milk doesn't have very high amount of protein. They can eat chana, they can eat moong. Dals are very good source of protein. But क्या होता है, घर पे एक कटोरी दाल से मतलब 3 जन का दाल बनता है, तो एक एक के हिस्से में 1/3 ऑफ कटोरी आता है, तो दैट इज ऑफ नो यूज, उसमें इतना ज्यादा प्रोटीन नहीं रहता। ठीक है, सो प्रोटीन पाउडर लेना इज नॉट बैड, बट यू नीड टू टेक इट इन एडिक्वेट क्वांटिटी। ऐसा ना हो कि भाई फिर खाना नहीं खा रहे, प्रोटीन पाउडर ही खाए जा रहे हैं, दैट इज नॉट गुड, क्योंकि उसमें सिर्फ प्रोटीन है, यू डोंट हैव अदर। we need, see, in diet we need to have protein, carbohydrate, even fat. अगर कोई डाइटिंग भी कर रहा है, उसको फैट खाना भी जरूरी है, फैट भी सब शरीर के लिए जरूरी है। बिल्कुल फैट के बगैर का खाना इज बैड। Then you need to eat adequate amount of water, you need to have vitamins, you need to have minerals. This is the diet one should have. Okay, any more question?
What is exactly PCOD?
PCOD we will study in next chapter in detail. Okay, we will start and talk about the reproductive health. No, there will be assisted reproductive technology, we will talk about it. Remind me at that time. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So I guess we can stop here. You go through the recording, and if you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay. Okay, beta, let's meet tomorrow sometime around evening only, because tomorrow I have my schools. Bye beta, bye to all.